Kid Who Asked for Coals on Christmas. A story in 10 chapters. Chapter 1, Neat Little Letters. The first list appeared December 1st. Helen Finch found it on the kitchen counter, not handed to her, not slipped under a magnet. Just there, paper that hadn't been in the house. No watermark, no store logo. The letters were too round, too consistent, like a font learning to pretend it was a child. Please, a box of coals. Again. Thomas was 7. He'd never seen a fireplace lit. The house was new construction, the hearth decorative, sealed behind drywall. But that night, he stood in front of it for 47 minutes. Helen timed it. He didn't fidget. He didn't blink at normal intervals. When she finally said his name, he turned, and his eyes had adjusted to a darkness that wasn't in the room. At 2:11 a.m., the baby monitor crackled. It hadn't been plugged in since he was 3. Through it, whispering. One voice. Then the whisper answered itself. Helen went to his room. He was asleep, upright, facing the wall where the hearth was on the other side. His lips moved. She leaned in. He wasn't saying again. He was saying again, like it was a transaction. Chapter 2, No Shining Things. Year 2. The school's Dear Santa bulletin board was a war of glitter and misspellings. Laser tags, ponies, a brother that listens. Thomas's was pinned center bottom because the teacher ran out of space. Please, a box of coals. Again, the G in again had a loop that went clockwise. All other letters went counter. A forensic linguist would call it a tell, a sign of a different hand. Jake Miller cornered him by the cubbies. Why don't you want toys? Thomas considered the question like it was a math problem. He looked at Jake's red mittens, then at the radiator. Toys end, he said. Coals continue. Continue what? Thomas smiled. First time all year. The wait. That weekend, Jake's house had a chimney fire. No one was hurt. The fire inspector said, damnedest thing. Started in a flue that's been capped since 1998. In the ash, they found 1 lump of anthracite. Too perfect, like it had never been burned. Chapter 3, Too Prepared. Helen started keeping a log. Not a mom blog. A ledger. Oct 12. T stared at BBQ for 22 minutes. BBQ has no charcoal in it. Nov 3. T pressed ear to TV after it was off. Said it's quieter when it's cold. Nov 19. Found him in garage with bag of Kingsford. Bag unopened. He'd written patient on it in Sharpie. He doesn't know that word. Mark took the list to his therapist. He's processing something, doctor. Ray said, children externalize. Externalize what? Whatever's in the walls. Mark laughed, then realized she wasn't joking. That night, he dreamed of his son, standing in a room of black stone. The stone was breathing. Each inhale pulled the walls closer. Thomas looked at Mark and mouthed, "He's almost ready." Mark woke up with soot under his nails. He doesn't have a fireplace. Chapter 4. A Careful Care. The velvet box was Mark's idea. Control the ritual. Control the outcome. If the kid wants coals, give him beautiful coals. Make it love, not dread. Thomas opened it at 6:04 a.m. He didn't tear paper. He undid the latch like he'd done it before. Lifted one lump. It was the size of a child's heart. He held it to his sternum, and his pupils dilated in the dark. Rest, he said. Not sleepy, not relieved. Instructing. That night, the house temperature rose to 78 degrees F. Thermostat read 62 degrees F. Furnace was off. Breakers were off. Helen walked the perimeter with an IR thermometer. Every wall, 62 degrees F. The floor in front of the dead hearth, 104 degrees F. She knelt, put her ear to the hardwood. Inhale. The boards didn't creak. They expanded. Exhale. Her ear popped like she'd changed altitude. She didn't tell Mark. He wouldn't hear it. The house had decided who it talked to. Chapter 5. The Chimney's Throat. Year 2 of coals. Thomas started humming. 3 notes. Down, down, up. Not a song. A signal. He only did it facing the sealed hearth. If Helen played music, he'd stop, cock his head, and wait. When the music ended, he'd resume. Same 3 notes, like he was waiting for a response. December 14th, 11:40 p.m. The reply came. Not from Thomas, from the wall. CRK HHHH. It had cadence. It was trying to match his 3 notes, but it didn't have a mouth yet. Just a throat. A chimney's throat. Even though the architect swore there was no flue. Mark tore the drywall off the next day. There was no flue. There was no chimney. There was brick. Old brick. Older than the house. Stamped 1844. The house was built in 2019. Behind the brick was more brick. Behind that, a space. The space was warm. The space exhaled. They drywalled it back that afternoon. The drywall was warm by dinner. Chapter 6. Patient Wait. Year 3. No tree. No lights. Helen bought a gas fireplace insert. Clean. Sealed. No ash. No temptation. The installer, a man named Cade with burn scars on his forearms, looked at the hearth and said, "You sure you want fire here?" "It's gas," Mark said. "Not all fire is fire," Cade said. He installed it anyway. As he left, he touched the brick. "He's patient," Cade said to no one. December 1st, 6:00 a.m. Velvet box on the island. Helen hadn't bought it. Same box, same coals. One was missing. She checked the trash. Nothing. Checked Thomas's room. He was asleep. His hand was closed. She pried it open. In his palm, a coal. Warm. It had a fingerprint in it. Not his. The whorls were too wide, too old. She dropped it. It didn't clatter. It settled, like it was heavier than it looked. That night, she dreamed of a contract. The terms were simple: warmth for weight. She signed it in the dream. She woke up 2 pounds lighter. Scale didn't lie. Chapter 7. Something learning how to grow. The soot wasn't on Thomas. It was of Thomas. It started under his nails. But when Mark scraped it, the nail bed was black too, like a photo negative. Doctor, Rays took pictures. This is derm, she stopped. Looked at the photo on her phone. The black had shapes, not random, branching, dendritic, like frost, like lungs, like a root system. Does it hurt? She asked. Thomas flexed his hand. The black moved under the skin. No, it's learning how to grow. What is? He pointed at the gas fireplace. It wasn't on. Him. The flames that night were blue. They should have been blue, but they leaned, all of them, toward the left corner of the insert, like something in the corner was inhaling. Helen put a thermometer there, 40 degrees F. The rest of the insert, 350 degrees F. Cold spot, or a mouth. Chapter 8, Black and Dry. Final Christmas Eve. No list, no words. Thomas ate dinner, washed his hands. The water ran black for 3 seconds. Helen checked him at 10 p.m. He was in bed, eyes open, not awake, not asleep, tracking something on the ceiling that wasn't there. 3:11 a.m. The house made a sound like a joint popping. All of it at once. 6:00 a.m. Bed empty. Maid. Hospital corners. Footprints from bed to hall. Bare. Black. Dry. No dust. No soot. Dry. Like the floor was thirsty and they were water. Each print had too many toes. 7. The extra 2 were smaller, between the big toe and the second, like something was holding his foot while he walked. They followed them to the hearth. The gas insert was gone. No bolts, no gas line, no hole where the gas line was. Just brick, splintered outwards, like something came through from the other side. The hole breathed. Slow, the air smelled like the center of the earth. At the bottom, a shape. 4-6, curled, thin limbs, too many joints. Ribs like a stove grate. It had Thomas's cowlick. It had Thomas's birthmark. It had too many teeth. It was warm. It was resting. It was at rest. Chapter 9. Settle wrong. The Millers bought the house in April. Disclosure said fireplace non-functional. They made it functional. First fire, October. The logs didn't catch. The coals did. They hadn't put coals in. The coals shifted at 11:04 p.m. All of them 1 inch left, like a chest rising. Mrs. Miller recorded it. On playback, there's a sound under the crackle. 3 notes, down, down, up. Then a 4th note, new. A response. She brought it to a sound engineer. He isolated it. "This isn't audio," he said. "This is pressure. The mic is reading barometric change as sound." "What's it saying?" He played the isolated track. It was a voice, dry, patient, a child's cadence in a throat made of stone. "Did you bring more for me?" The engineer quit the next day, left a note. "My fireplace at home did it too." Chapter 10, More for Me. It's not a haunting. Hauntings are echoes. This is a becoming. Every hearth is a mouth. Every chimney is a throat. Every coal is a tooth. You feed it wood, and it gives you warmth. That's the deal. That's always been the deal. But sometimes the fire gets picky. It wants something that burns longer than wood. Something that remembers. Grief. Wait. The part of you that sits up at 3 a.m. Thomas figured it out. Or it figured him out. He wrote the list because it told him how to spell. He asked for coals because coals are fire that's already died once. They are patient. They wait. Now the house waits. Now every house waits. Light your fire tonight. Watch the coals. Don't watch the flames. They lie. Watch the black. At 3:11 a.m., they'll settle. Just a bit. A sigh. A shift. And if your home is quiet, if your blood is quiet, if your thoughts are quiet, you'll hear it. Under the heat, under the ash, under the idea of warm. Not a demand. A question. Always polite. Always the same. Because it's still learning how to grow. Because it's still at rest. Because it's still him. Did you bring more?